of the Lambo on the West Coast.
God, I'm saying wow. 100 bands in my pocket, it's on me.
Yeah.
100 deep when I roll like lonely. It's a moment when I show up. God, I'm saying wow. 100 bands in my pocket, it's on me. Yeah, your grandma will probably know me. Get more lonely. It's a moment when I show up. God, I'm saying wow.
I'm 11 minutes away, and I miss you all day. I'm 11 minutes away, so why aren't you here? I think I miss you calling on the other line. I'm just taking all these thoughts up in your mind. Talking loud, but I can't even read the signs. I would so much soul for a bit more time. Stay up. You're the master to my alkaline. I'm sorry there was no one to apologize.
I'm so sorry, I've been playing somebody else, helping nobody, and a lipstick arithmetic didn't stick, and now I'm sick, throwing fits, and yeah, I've seen you in my head every day since I left. You're on the floor with your hands round your head. All I want is your head on my chest, touching feet.
The city of Denver is in now Sacramento starting five. They've got O'Neal. LeBron James is out there with Frazier. And it's Duncan. And it's Carter in at the small forward spot. And for Denver, Michael Jordan is out there with Johnson. Then there's Towns. Then there's Pippen. And it's Malone in at the four spot. Now here's James. Back to Carter. Stolen by Pippen. Pushing it up. And it's Pippen with the jam.
Yeah, gotta respect the quickness of Pippen. Just terrific at getting to the right spot there in transition.
On the wing, James, guarded by Jordan. O'Neal against Towns. The kick out to LeBron. Shot clock at 5. And it's Carter missing.
The culture shift it's been in Sacramento the last few years. Vlade Divac along with Peja Stojakovic, two of the legendary Sacramento Kings players, finding their footing and trying to put their stamp on this organization with some of the young talent that they've acquired.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Yeah, see the coach? He's got that frown on his face. I think we know why. Not a high percentage look.
Now here's Frazier. LeBron outside. No one near him. It's rebounded by Towns. And Brent, around the league, people are saying the Kings are one of the scarier teams on the rise.
Well, they drafted decently. They play a system that now is speaking to some of their young talent. They've had a nice blend. It's been a long time coming in Sacramento, but fans coming out to the new arena to support this new, young, hungry Kings group.
And it's the Kings with the ball. Denver getting their last shot to go. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Frazier against Johnson to the inside. Here's Jordan. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And not much else you can do. I mean, defensively, you try to make it hard on Jordan without fouling, but he's just too dialed in.
Goes up on the wing, and a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players, Kevin, playing today can do.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Frazier against Jordan. A nice shot by Frazier.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
Towns. Carter against Pippen. Uncovered. Sacramento grabs the miss.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there. Well, with his touch from mid-range, Kevin, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
It's all tied in Denver. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. What do you guys think about the Nuggets out here in this one?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
We've got Joel Embiid. Kyrie Irving is out there with Bradley Beal. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Simmons in at the 3 spot. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Now here's Rose. Following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins. Outside for Gasol. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Gasol's got his first 2 points of the night. Brent, certain players make everyone around them better. Talk about some of those guys who will do that at the very highest level.
The interesting thing about today's game, Kevin, is it's not always the point guard position. I think in the past we thought 2 ways. The point guard, who has the ball in his hands, finding guys for them to make shots. And then through the 80s and 90s, it was low post players who were getting double teams and initiating some offense. Yeah. Nowadays, it's a lot of wing guys. And it's guys like Kawhi Leonard, it's guys like LeBron James, Kevin Durant. Throw Draymond Green in there with his ability to pass the ball. Jokic in there with his ability to pass the ball. It's all happening around the three-point line and getting into the gaps. So they look a little bit different, the initiators, in today's game.
Here's Leonard. Following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Duncan outside. Shoots it up. Rose, no good. And so Cousins will bring it up for Denver. Trailing by 2. Here's Simmons, up top Embiid. .121 left in the first half.
And Duncan just times that one perfectly. The shooter should never attempt those kind of shots with Timmy roaming the rim.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
The Nuggets have gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. From about 16, Irving's shot is good.
Yeah, I feel like he uses the dribble to set up his rhythm for the mid-range shots like that one. Kyrie knocks another in.
James kicks to Rose. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And when you shoot 86 from the line like he did last season, you usually cash in on those opportunities.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. And then for Sacramento, Shaq is checked in for Gasol. Carter comes in for Duncan. And it's Frazier in for James. Carter finds Leonard, shoots over Malone, and once again off the mark by Sacramento. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
Every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
The Kings shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. That's good from O'Neal. O'Neal hits them both. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the half. The pass to Towns. Over O'Neal. And it's sent back by O'Neal. And so it's the Sacramento Kings bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And it's...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. A pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter. Nothing seemed to give way on either side. And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Gotta like what Rose has done in this one so far.
There is no stopping him, and you can't even contain him at this point. He is that talented.
Yeah, I don't know if you have enough game plans to slow him down. How do you guard a guy that good?
Starting off the second half, here's Luke Walton's 5. They've got Frazier. O'Neal is out there with Duncan. And it's LeBron James. And it's Carter in at the small forward. Sacramento moving it around. Here's Duncan. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. Duncan's got the lead up to 9 now for Sacramento. Johnson against Frazier. And it's Towns missing.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Carter kicks to Frazier. Duncan outside. Pass to James. Second chance shot. Jordan with the rebound.
Not his best night from the field, but looking for other ways and finding them so he can chip in.
Count that one, and the Sacramento lead has been cut to just 7 on the basket from Johnson. Duncan outside. LeBron James on the wing. The fader. Good on the bucket. LeBron's got 6 points. Brent, we hear this all the time. Good defense beats good offense. Do you think that's true?
I don't know how defense scores. So in today's game, seeing the juggernauts and seeing what we've seen, Kevin, quite frankly, as some of the best offensive teams, not only in the last 5 years, but in the history of the league, around the Houston Rockets and what the Golden State Warriors have been able to do. It's about equipping your team defensively to be able to stop that stylistically, but certainly every coach will say it comes down to defense because that is something you can control.
And that one's good by Pippen.
Yeah, Pippen using those long arms inside to get shots off. Feels like no one can guard him down low.
In the corner, it's James. The dish to Duncan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Kings need to get off a shot here. He doesn't hit that one. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Johnson, a wide open look. Drops one in from the wing. And now just a 5-point Kings lead.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Duncan left side. Malone with the block. And so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here. And the Kings making a change here. Here's LeBron. Sacramento again missing.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
The Nuggets shooting their first free throws of the game.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
Cousins becoming more focused at being a better passer and a more efficient shooter, improving some of the aspects of his game that have made him an all-star in the NBA.
Here's Rose. Can't connect. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Kings ahead, leading by 3. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Kings leading now by 3. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. Taking a look at the Nuggets. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Ben Simmons. Then there's Irving. And it's Beal in at the 2 spot.
Tim Duncan knows a thing or two and how to draw fouls right there, doing some damage. The big fundamental still getting it done.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Jordan's checked in. rebound, so Duncan nails them both.
I know that shot looks like a bit of a line drive, but Timmy's pretty consistent from the free throw stripe.
Irving passes to Cousins. Back to Irving. Dishes it to Embiid. Nice D from Duncan.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight.
Oh!
Yeah. It looks like an orange in his hand, and Kawhi tenacious to the rim with that finish.
The Nuggets trail by 7. Irving surveying the floor. Embiid kicks to Simmons. Ball's knocked loose. 5 to shoot. And a deep three from Irving. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Passes it to Gasol. Embiid against Rose. Carter for 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Carter's got the lead up to 10 now for the Kings.
And that was the play to make. Rose making the right read.
Denver calls timeout. They trail by 10. 1:41 left in the fourth. For the Nuggets, Malone comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. And Scottie Pippen is subbed in for Ben Simmons. O'Neal's checked in for the Kings. James comes in for Vince Carter. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Mike Malone had some words for his team during the break. He wants them to work for more easy baskets in transition. He said, the moment we take possession of the ball, I want us to attack.
That's green.
If there's nothing there, then you can pull it back out and run the offense. Kevin?
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Gotta hold firm or you're gonna get a call.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Towns comes in for Joel Embiid, and it's Johnson in for Kyrie Irving. And a change for the Kings. Frazier's checked in. The Kings making a switch here. Carter's checked in. There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter. Outside, Towns. Lock at 6. And it's sent back by O'Neal.
And the aggressiveness on display here from O'Neal. Terrific at turning shots away with that size and length.
Frazier dishes to O'Neal. Johnson, the pass to Malone. Here's Towns. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Vince Carter picks one up.
And already a leader at such a young age. Towns' teammates look to him to anchor them on both ends, and he has not disappointed.
Two shots.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 7. He hits both from the stripe.
And great work at the line there to chip away at the lead. A few more productive trips here, and things could really get interesting.
Frazier outside. Duncan at the elbow. Here's O'Neal. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Shooting 2.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. 30 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And here's Johnson outside. Good! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And entering the league, Magic was an average shooter at best. Has worked extremely hard to improve that facet of his game.
Walt Frazier. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And he does get the second one. And that increases their lead to 6.
And one of the very best in our league at getting to the line. Walt Frazier just has that great change of pace and aggressive nature. Always playing, though, under control.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're down by 6. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Shaq.
And tell you what, he's worked very hard to get himself in good position throughout the course of this game. And that comes across in his shooting percentage. He's hit over half his shots from the field. And that's not because he got hot as much as it's because of the effort he put in to get himself open.
Towns against O'Neal. Here's Pippen. And James pulls it down.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
No, he should know better. He knows that's not his game, which is why we don't see him take that shot often.
It's the first. That makes it a 7-point lead.
We watch LeBron and we marvel at him, but how hard that LeBron James works at his craft and continues to push the bar for himself physically is one of the things that you have to appreciate the most.
So it's Sacramento picking up the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. So long.
the 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight we'll see the Denver Nuggets playing against the Kings out in Sacramento. Well, for Sacramento, a big point of emphasis: control the tempo, push it at your speed. Don't let them slow the game down. And also don't allow yourselves to get rushed, because that's when mistakes happen. And the rookie Bol suiting up in this one, the son of Manute Bol, but much more skilled than not only his dad, but most.
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. This is an aerial view of our location today, Sacramento, the capital. Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Johnson is out there with Jordan. Then there's Towns. Then there's Pippen. And it's Malone in at the four-man position. And for Sacramento, they've got LeBron James. Duncan is out there with Carter. Then there's Frazier. And it's Shaq in at the 5. Now here is Carter. Passes it to O'Neal. James outside. Just 5 on the clock. And stolen by Jordan. And now the Nuggets, fast break. And Magic Johnson with the slam.
Tell you what, Jordan's such a strong defender. Outstanding at reading the opposition and pouncing on those steals.
James against Malone. And that one's good by LeBron.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
And you do not want to let him get going early, because that can get you cooked.
Now here's Jordan. Over LeBron. From 16 feet away, he cans it.
Just a great hustle play there. Energy and passion. This is what you play the game for.
Malone against Carter. Shot clock at 6. Trying to get open is Shaq. LeBron, that's a two-pointer. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet. James has got his second bucket of the night.
Hey, you can't find any fault with the defensive effort there. I mean, at the end of the day, James's great offense was better than outstanding defense.
They retain possession. Malone outside. Over Duncan. Malone gets the bucket.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offense.
Ballin' like a big shot. Ballin' like a big shot. Ballin' like a big shot.